everyone. In this chapter, we will discuss about the environmental legislations. Originally, our constitution did not contain any direct provision for the environment, but after the United Nations Conference on the Human Environment, which is held in the Stockholm in 1972, the Wildlife Protection Act 1971 was came, along with the Article 51G and the 48A. Let me write it. It was a United Nations Conference on Human Environment in 1972, and because of that, the Wildlife Protection Act of 1971 came into the picture along with the Article 51A, G and 48A. The Department of the Environment, which came in the 1980, it later became the Ministry of Environment, MOEF currently in 1985. And the MOEF has passed few acts in the recent while, that is the Water Act, the Air Act and the Environment Act. So let's start one by one discussing each and every one of them. The first one is the Water Act of 1974, which has been amended in 1988. The Water Act has basically, it was amended in 1988. It has set the regulatory authority as a state pollution control board. So we'll mention it like this, that a regulatory authority is basically SPCB, State Pollution Control Board. The CPCB here performs some same functions for the Union Territory and coordinates between the states. So it performs functions with Union Territory and between states. It also granted the power to the CPCB and SPCB to test equipments. CPCB and SPCB to test equipments. Moreover, the 1988 Amendment Act, it empowered the SPCB and CPCB to close defaulting the plant. To close defaulting plants. And remember again, and this power is granted to both CPCB and SPCB. Moreover, the Water Prevention Act, the Water Prevention and the Control Pollution Cess Act of 1977, it clearly says that the financial resources to meet for the CPCB and SPCB can be regulated through the cess. That is basically the Water Cess Act of 1977 for the expense of CPCB and SPCB. This is mainly for the Water Act. Now let's talk about the Air Act. That is basically the prevention and the control of pollution. Act 1981, and which has been amended in 1987. Now, this has expanded the authority of CPCB and SPCB. It states to keep the Air Pollution Board. It also set up the Air Pollution Board. Uh, it also actually the more or less the same as the Water Act. The CPCB and SPCB can closely they can close the defaulting industries also, and at the same time the 1987 amendment also include the Noise Pollution Act. Noise Pollution Act. It is actually pretty much same as the Water Act. They can also close defaulting industries. This is for the Air Act. Now let's talk about the Environment Protection Act 1986. So EPA 1986. So the very first, the apex body of the EPA is GEAC, that is a Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee, which basically comes under the Ministry of Environment and the Forest under the rules of the manufacture, import, export and storage. Rules of manufacturing, import, export and storage. Also, it defined 5 authorities. That is the institution of the Biosafety Committee, or you can say the Institute of Biosafety Committee. The second is a Review Committee of the Genetic Manipulations. Committee of Genetic Manipulation. The third one is a Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee, GEAC. The fourth one is a State Biotechnology Coordinate Committee. And the fifth one is a district level committee. Moreover, this one, the Review Committee of Genetic Manipulation, it falls to the Department of Biotechnology. Apart from that, the EPA also provide the ozone depleting substance rules. That is actually more important because they can ask this thing in the prelims. Ozone depleting substance rules. And also they have also established the National Ganga River Basin Authority, which is headed by the Prime Minister. So NGRBA Authority, which has been headed by Prime Minister. So this is mainly about the Air Act, Water Act as well as the Environment Protection Act. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the Biodiversity Act and the Wildlife Protection Act. Thank you.